we doing? How we doing? Monday morning here on Hoop Drunk. It is Jake with Eagle Eye. Very happy to be back with you. Took a little bit of a hiatus last week. Not too bad. Thought we had something cooking on Wednesday. I was wrong. I'll take the blame on that one. Friday, it is all my fault. Cinco de Mayo Thursday night kicked my ass. You didn't miss much. I had a really shitty weekend gambling the NBA. Had a really average last week gambling it, so we don't lose much. We're moving on. Heavy action this week. We've got no sweeps, 2 series already tied 2-2, and 2 more that are 2-1. So far in the playoffs, we're 27-18-2, up 10.94 units. We've got 4 games over the next couple of days. I've got 1 pick in each game. This is the overs episode. I didn't realize it till I was done with my card. I've got 4 overs, and they're all different overs. Yeah, most of them are different overs. Regardless, let's hop right into them. Tonight's games, Bucks and Celtics. Bucks and Celtics are a pick'em. Total on that one is 212. I'm thrilled to be in this spot as a Bucks fan. Talked a lot of shit, obviously, last week. Milwaukee ends up splitting with Boston on their week games, and then obviously over the weekend. Boston, their backs are about as against the wall as you can be. Down 2-1 on the road. Last game, very unfortunate with the refs. Both sides have solid arguments. Was smart shooting at the end. You could say that. His feet were squared up to the bench, but you could say that. But maybe Milwaukee doesn't shoot half as many free throws as Boston, or 0 free throws down the last 17 minutes of the game, where Boston shoots 17 of them and just miraculously evaporates a 12 or 13 point lead. So regardless, it's been a hell of a series. Tonight's not going to be different. You got to just play with the way that the refs are calling it. My best bet for tonight's game hopefully doesn't rely too much on the refs. I've got Drew Holiday over 20.5 points. He's had 2 games of 25 and a game of 19 thus far this series. He's averaged just under 22 points per game against Boston this year, but those numbers aren't my top reason. My biggest thing for Drew is volume. He's put up 20 shots twice in the series. Last game, he put up 30. That is a lot of shots for Drew Holiday, but with Chris Middleton out, you have to replace that production. So he's stepped up huge. I like him to get my 21 points tonight. I'm going to put a unit on Holiday. Game number 2 is going to be Grizzlies-Warriors. The Warriors 10.5 point favorites now, and the total here is 224.5. So I've got my eyes on the total, like the game total. We've seen it get obliterated 2 of the 3 games so far played this series. No Dylan Brooks on the floor the last 2 games. We've seen Memphis to be able to get over 100 points and actually over 105 points in both. Now, there's no Ja Morant. However, people are freaking out. No Ja, that means rock the under, team under, whatever it is. That's not the pick. Without Ja, the Grizzlies are capable. 20-5 this year, averaged a hair under 118 points per game. On the other side, Golden State, they're averaging 123 points per game at home this postseason, up 10 from their regular season average. 6 out of Memphis's last 7 losses have gone over, including 5 straight. Conversely, 6 out of Golden State's last 7 wins have gone over. I think Golden State's going to win the game, but I also think that this thing is going over. With a spread of double digits this time around, Vegas isn't fucking around. They think this is going to be a blowout. I have a unit on the over 224.5 for that one. So rolling on to Tuesday night. Tuesday night, we're going to get Sixers and Heat, fresh off of watching it last night. That is a tied series. I was staring at a Sixers to win the series line yesterday morning. I believe it was about I think it was 350. I could have been reading it wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was plus 350. Regardless, it's now plus 120 because this bitch is square. We are headed back to Miami for this one. Game total, caught my eye on this one as well. Right now, the Heat are laying 3.5. Total is 210. 210 is a super low number, but I totally get it. Vegas has been that way with the Heat all season, and the Heat have beat Vegas all season. Miami had the second highest over rate in the league this year. I think Game 4 last night was another great one. I personally think that it's how the rest of the series is going to look. Last night they had an healthy, I put in quotation marks because these teams really aren't healthy at this point. However, that was a healthy couple of lineups, and the game ended, with 224 and soared over the 208 posted total. Vegas adjusts by 2 points. We go back to Miami. This could be the last time in this series that we see totals, kind of sitting where they are. I could see this end up being 217, 218 by the time we wrap up. Both of these teams have hit overs in 7 of their last 10. We just need to keep up that same pace that we saw in Game 3. Give me a unit on the over 210. Last game it'll be Tuesday night, will be Mavericks and Suns. Suns laying 6.5, totals 213.5. I can't believe the series is split again, but here we are. Great by Luka. So good by Luka this over the weekend. He's absolutely unbelievable. There were multiple times where I'm like, do I have to rethink my Giannis take that he's the best in the world? Because Luka was... He is his whole team. He's what Giannis looked like a few years ago before Middleton really stepped in and before we had Drew Holiday, except he's way better than Giannis was back then. Way better. So I'm going to ride him and his team's hot hand in this one. I'm going to go team total for the Mavericks over 103.5 for a couple of reasons. First, Dallas, they've scored at least 103 points in all 4 games this series. They're averaging 109. Second, the Suns are allowing nearly 112 points per game this entire playoff and allowed this total in 6 of their 9 games. I don't expect a Mavs victory here, but I haven't expected Mavs victories in the last 2 games. But they don't quit. Ever. So I'm going 1.5 units here on the total over 103.5. So 103.5 for 1.5 units on the Mavs there. Give me over 210 in the Sixers and Heat. Over 224.5 in Grizzlies and Warriors. Those are both unit plays. And then a unit play on Drew Holiday. Over 20.5 points tonight for the Bucks. That'll do it. Before I head out of here, gotta shout out our sponsor, Lock Talk. If you haven't been following, man, they just added UFC on there. What else I see? I saw it. EPL is now available. I mean, it's expanding. It's great. You love to see it. Make sure you get the update on the App Store. Download it today. My stuff's on there. Find me at Eagle Eye Sports. We will talk to you probably Wednesday because we're going to have some 3-game days coming up over the weekend. Should be an action-packed one. Very excited. We will talk to you guys then.